Welcome back, everybody. Appreciate you being here. I'm just going to run these FTEs. In my last video I showed you these I picked up on Father's Day. $1.25 each. What a deal. Couldn't pass that up. So I'm going to run these and find out which ones are fast and which ones are not. Because as you know, sometimes FTEs are not all they're cracked up to be. I have very few of them, so for me this is my first real test with a bunch of them. I have a couple, but they're nicer cars and I really don't want to cut them up for racing. But these are all fantasies, so you know, if we get some good wheels out of these, we'll be able to make some, cut them up, use them on race cars. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run them down each lane, you know, run them as a pair, switch lanes, and we'll just do a mini 8-car tournament. And I'm gonna record the times just so I remember, because I switched my clock back to, or my timer back to showing the times instead of the no time. So I do have a recording on the computer too, but I'm just going to write it down in the notebook. So let's get at this. First one we'll run will be this one, which is the mid drift. And let's see what that weighs. 34.38. And we'll run him against one of these since we have two of them. That's the stock car. And that one is 35.64. Go. What did we come up with? 132 and a 142. Not too bad. Not too bad. Lanes are swapped. There you go. Look at that. Oh, we're warming up now. 116 and a 140. 116 is great for a under 40 gram stock car. So I like to look for anything under 2.20 in a bone stock car means it has potential. Anything under 2.150 has potential to get in the case, although it's getting to be down to be around 2.130. Really, it'll be getting around gatekeeper area. But boy, anything with that potential, bone stock, undusted, unlubed, that's pretty good. So all right, let's grab this one, Horseplay. See what he weighs. Another 34-ish. And another stock car, 34.63. So about an even Steven on the weight. All right, here we go. Ooh, somebody looks fast there. What do we got? 2.119 to 2.209. So that's not too impressive, 209, but a 119 is. Lanes are swapped. Let's see if that stocker gets a little faster after a first break-in run. 2.122 in the right. 2.164. That one got faster. So neither of those was super impressive, but actually 119 is a really good time. So, all right, let's grab this Low C GT. I don't know, this one seems like low C is right. Thinking that thing's going to be dragging on the track. We'll find out. 35.78 grams. And he gets to run against the Bully Goat. $34.84. Boy, these are all very consistent weight-wise. 34, 35 grams. All right, let's see what these have. Bully Goat, 132 to a 190. Okay, 190, not so good. Bully Goat, 2.129, 2.180. That one woke up a little bit. All right, for the last pair, we've got a Firestorm. He's going to take on a Nerve Hammer. I've had good luck with Nerve Hammers, but I never had one with FTEs. Let's stop by the scale real quick here. So the Nerve Hammer comes in 35.40. And Firestorm 40.10. There's our heavy one for the day. Firestorm in the left and Nerve Hammer in the right. It's like the Firestorm. There we go. 2.111 to 2.122. That's a good race. Those definitely qualify as faster than ever. Another close one. 2.116 to a 2.118. There's some good cars there. So technically he lost, but as fast as he ran, he could end up being the second or third fastest car here. So in the spirit of the rules, I'm going to run these 4 winners off, see who's fastest, but at the end I'm going to give him a shot to come back and see where he would line up. So we're going to take the Bully Goat in the left here, taking on that Firestorm in the right. It's like the Firestorm. 2.118 to a 2.131. 2.118 like that easily gets you into the case in the under 40 class, so probably halfway through the ranks. All right, lanes are swapped. Here we go. Firestorm again, 2.119, very consistent to 2.135. So that's pretty good showing for even the Bully Goat. That's 2.135. That might even get him in the case somewhere around Gatekeeper. All right, let's grab the Stalker against this, what's it called again? Mid-Drift. And remember, none of these cars have been worked up. These have all just been freshly cracked from the blister. You're seeing them run for the first time, same as me. There we go. 2.108 to a 2.116. Wow. Where was that last time they ran? I'm guessing he just needed a couple break-in runs. .109 to 2.118. Impressive. So there's your 2 winners. Let's run those off and see what happens. Then there's your 2 losers and this one. So all 5 of these, I should say, are really quite fast. All right, for the faster than ever Blister Pop Championship, let's see which one of these is going to do it. Firepower in the left or Stalker in the right. Close race. Looks like the Stalker snuck one in. 2.105 to a 2.111. He just keeps getting faster. Imagine after I send him to the speed shop. 105 is the time to beat. Ooh. Slow down a little that time. It looked like Firepower was out front for a little ways. So 2.112 to a 2.118. I gotta fix that someday that you can read that better. Alright, let's run this pair and see what happens. We got the Bully Goat versus the Mid-Drift. So put the Bully Goat in the left and the Mid-Drift in the right. .115 to a 2.136. So it looks like that Mid-Drift is going to be right up there with the other 2. And the Bully Goat, not so much. That's a pretty big drop off from 115 to the 130s. So lanes are swapped, 115 to beat. Bully Goat was out front for a little while. 2.121 to a 2.135. So tournament wise, I would put the Mid-Drift in third and the Bully Goat in fourth. But now we're going to take this one and see how far up he can go, where he will land in the ranks. And then maybe we'll even let this Mid-Drift run against the Firepower. So the red Nerve Hammer's in the left and the Bully Goat's in the right. It's like Nerve Hammer. 2.128 to a 2.146. I think that Bully Goat is either inconsistent or it's slowing down a little bit. 128, it's the time to beat. Nerve Hammer again with a 122 versus a 133. So Bully Goat's a solid 5th. Let's run off the Nerve Hammer versus the Mid Drift. Got the Nerve Hammer in the left coming at you with a 2.119. But he got beat by the Mid Drift in the right with a 2.115. Lanes are swapped. It's a pretty decent pair, so let's see. 115 is the time to beat. .124 for the Mid Drift, 2.127 for the Nerve Hammer. So that settles that spot. And just for kicks, we'll run the Mid Drift against the Firepower. Mid Drift's coming at you in the left lane and the Firepower in the right. Firepower 113 to a 119. Good race. So lanes are swapped, and I apologize, that's actually a Firestorm, not a Firepower. So Firestorm in the left, Mid Drift in the right. 115 or 113 is the time to beat. 2.115 to 2.117. Firepower again, or Firestorm, whatever it is. So there you have it, your top 5. And boy, I tell you, these are impressive. That one got into the 1-0 range, and that one's even just out in the 130 range, basically. So out of these 8 faster than evers, I'm going to say 2 of them didn't get under, or barely got under 2.20, with the rest of these very impressive. So now I actually got a little bonus racing here. Out of the 3 or so faster than evers that I actually owned prior to buying these, this was my fastest, and he was in the case. So let's grab him and line him up with the stalker. So this Javelin AMX is the one that I just really don't have the heart to cut it apart for the wheels, so that's going to be going up against the stalker. Like the Javelin, 2.089 to 2.114. That's a major beating. 89 is the time to beat. Once again, 0.90. Look at that. Now you can see why I don't have the heart to cut that one up. If you can run a 289 or 290 bone stock, you don't mess with a car like that. I should send it to the speed shop, but I just hate to even touch it as a bone stock running times like that. That's fantastic. And if any of you guys that are running in No Time Kings want to take a shot at him, he is available to be called out. He was available last time for a Friday night grudge call out and nobody did, but if you want to take a shot, now that you see what time it runs, it might give you an idea how fast your car is running, since it is No Time Kings. Alright, these 2 rows, slowest to fastest, are my 40.99 and under. So I think that everybody except for maybe this one, I might have to reweigh him, will land in that class. So I'll just give him a shot or 2 at the gatekeeper. I'm not going to run all the way through the ranks. And I got a couple holes in there right now because those cars, one of them was that AMC and the other one was probably that Mustang or local Larry that have been running in NTK. So that's why there's a couple holes in my spots right there. So just to give you some idea, I'm going to run this stalker who was number 1 in our little tournament, and I'll run him against him who would be number 8. This would be 16, 8, 1. Alright, stalker coming at you in the left, and we got that Silverado EV in the right. Silverado 2.100 to a 2.115. Looks like I may have overestimated him a little bit going all the way up to number 8, but we'll switch lanes and give him another shot. 100 is a time to beat. 2.099 to a 2.112. So let's drop down to here. We're going to run, this one has actually been lubed. You guys have seen this in a previous video. This was a gift car from Hot Nuts Diecast. It's stock, but it has been lubed. Those stockers in the left, you got the Honda in the right. Stocker 2.118 to 2.128. So I'll switch lanes and give them one more run just in case that lube needed a little break-in for the Honda. There we go. 2.115 to 2.123. So they switched a little bit there. Anyhow, so I'm not going to bore you with running him through the whole ranks here, but he's going to land somewhere between here and here. So somewhere in these four cars. Which means that these probably have a shot of knocking some of these out right now. So I'll run those, and maybe once I get done, I'll just shoot you a little short video and show you the final results. So thanks for watching. Hope you stuck with me and enjoyed it. And throw it in the comments if you want to see some more.